Hello, this is Robey, Executive Director of Raven Autonomy. I appreciate you taking the time to join me this afternoon. I wanted to give you a little bit of background about why Raven got involved in autonomy and what we believe autonomy holds for the future of agriculture. So let me start the story with talking in general about where agriculture is positioned today and the things we think we need to do to meet the demands of a growing population. So as I know most of you know, today we have a shortage of calorie and protein around the world. And because of the calorie shortage, we have to export food to various parts of the world that don't have the agricultural capability to produce for their own needs. This has worked well over the last few decades, but we know we're getting to a point where as population grows, we're simply not going to have the productive capacity to meet the demands of the world. So what does that mean? That means that we have to produce more food on fewer and fewer acres. We have to be more efficient, and we have to be more economically profitable to make this work as we scale up our agricultural capabilities. So as Raven has looked at that question from the position we have in precision ag, we realized that we needed to make additional investments in our technology to make sure we can play the kind of role we want to in the development of agriculture for the future. Raven has a long history in precision ag. We've brought a whole variety of technologies to the market over the years, including technologies around guidance and steering, communication, machine and application control. But we knew that as the market progressed and as labor shortages continued to become more and more acute, we needed technologies that brought those platforms together in a more integrated way, in a way that allowed us to leverage the suite of those technologies for the end user. As Raven looked at the market and we considered where technology had developed, we realized that a few companies out there were already working in the space of autonomy. One of those was called DOT, which was a startup company under Seedmaster in Regina, Canada. Another one was Smart Ag, a startup company in Ames, Iowa. As Raven looked at our portfolio of technologies and we looked at what these two companies were developing, we realized these would be great targets for us to acquire or partner with and bring into our portfolio. So winding the clock back just a little bit, several years ago we actually formed a joint development agreement with DOT and began developing technology for their platform. During the course of those couple of years, we learned more and more about what DOT was doing, the place they fit in the marketplace, and how they might have synergy with the other Raven technologies that we were developing. As a result of that, we made a decision last November to make a majority stake in DOT and now ultimately have completed that transaction and have 100% of the equity of that DOT corporation. In addition, at the same time, we looked at Smart Ag. Smart Ag was developing technology for perception around an auto cart system, around a tractor, around a combine. They were developing technologies that allowed that auto cart to be automated, to reduce labor and improve efficiency of the harvesting process. Those were technologies Raven had not been developing either. We hadn't developed those perception systems that we knew ultimately would need to be part of an autonomous solution. So in that same time frame in November, Raven decided to make the acquisition of Smart Ag, and we've now integrated that company in our portfolio as well. So where does that bring us to today? So as Raven looks at its platform, we have, again, a whole range of technologies we can bring to precision ag. A lot of those can be woven into a solution for an autonomous suite or an autonomous technology that can go to market. With DOT, we now have a platform that can bring those technologies directly to market. And with AutoCart, we have an aftermarket technology that can be applied to existing frames. As we look to the future, we believe that on-farm automation is going to continue to increase. We know that labor shortages are going to continue to persist. We know that the education of labor in these markets sometimes is less than a farmer or an ag retailer needs. And so we know automation is going to become more and more important. As automation comes on farm, the need for connectivity, the need for more integrated on-farm operations is going to become even more and more critical. So we're investing across that spectrum, both in the platforms that we'll bring, for instance, a DOT platform to market, the technologies or platforms like we're doing with AutoCart, to other communication and multi-machine coordination technologies that we'll also develop and make part of this portfolio. So in the end, our vision for the future is that the farm of the future will contain manned and unmanned machines. They'll be working collaboratively, coordinating activities within a field or across multiple fields. It'll allow the farmer or the ag retailer to work on different tasks while other machines are working to the direction that they've put in place, all coming together for a better optimized solution. What this will mean for the farmer or the ag retailer is improved productivity. It'll mean improved efficiency and use of labor. It'll be a better use of the ag input dollar, resulting in higher value per acre for the farmer, for the economy. Long term, we're relying on technologies being developed in a lot of different industries. The automotive industry has certainly led in automation. Factory automation has also been something leading the market. We believe these other technologies will also be leverageable for Raven in our portfolio and for other companies, frankly, working in the autonomous space. We don't ever believe that farmers are going to be taken out of the equation. We believe farmers, ag retailers will always have a place in agriculture, but as the demands for higher and higher throughput, higher efficiency persist, we know that these organizations, these individuals have to become more efficient, and that's where we believe autonomy will really play a role. Raven is continuing to invest in these platforms. We didn't just stop with the acquisition. We continue to build out the DOT platform. We're going to bring more implements to that power unit to make it more persistent across the ag season. We're continuing to evolve the perception technology. We see this technology being important not just in auto cart, but for technologies like auto till, auto spray, for use in traditional row crops, small grains, but also in specialty crops as well. So we believe the future's bright. We believe that companies like Raven will need to invest and collaborate and bring these new technologies to market. We're also working very closely with our OEM partners. We believe OEMs will continue to have a very important role in how technology and platforms are brought to the market around the world, and we're working closely with our partners to make sure we're part of those solutions. Some of these technologies are starting first in North America, certainly, but we see demand already in Latin America, in Europe, in Asia. We believe these technologies will be used all around the world. So the simple summary is that we think autonomy is where ag will be in the future. It'll be a combination of manned and unmanned platforms. It'll be utilizing a broad set of precision ag technologies and capabilities. And it'll be really in all different types of row crops and use cases. There'll be some that'll lead, there'll be some that'll lag, but Raven is committed to being the leader or in the pole position of bringing these technologies to market. We're excited about the partnerships we've formed. We're excited about our collaborators and what we can do together for the future, and we're just excited to be part of ag. There's no better mission we see than be part of bringing food, bringing protein, energy to a hungry world. So Raven's very excited to be part of that challenge and be part of the solution for the future.